Well, I told Lewis I went to get a massage, and he said he's too afraid to get one in Bristol because, like, here we just have kind of like almost like chain restaurants of massage places. So you can just like, there's a bunch of them that all have the same name. And it's wild. It's just easier. When I go to Bristol, I'm like, I do not know. I think a place in Chippenham did... Oh, they did like the hand job thing. Is that actually like as much of a thing as like movies make you feel like it is? The hand job thing. Where they... I feel like that's only a like a meme. I think it probably is. How do you know? Because that's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid if I go to Bristol and I want to get a massage when I live there one day, that I'm going to go to a place and I'm not going to know that that's the thing. Blake's Tree, thanks for the prime. You can say no, they offer it. But then I wouldn't want to be there anymore. Go to places women go to. Well, I don't know if you've seen the category on the website, Simon, but there is also a massage category for women, too. It works a little bit differently, but it's a category. But I'm not sure if you need to worry about getting a hand job at a massage. Well, do they... If I'm like... Will they still offer it no matter your gender predicament? Is that a thing? I'm afraid if I go... Listen, I'd assume they do. I don't even know. I don't even know. What? How do they say? Do they say... Do they say, do you want a happy ending? It sounds so stupid to say too, because it sounds like, I don't know, it almost sounds offensive. Like, as in like, I don't know. Fancy a wank. Gender predicament. Just don't go to sloppy handjob and women's massage emporium. Check the sign. True. There's listings online and intake you can find about. I see. I really hope they don't say fancy a wink. Alright, me lover, fancy me finishing... fancy finishing me off. Fancy me finishing you off. Is that why the circus tent has been erected on Queen Square? Full of clowns jerking people off. Don't say that in front of Simon. Imagine that, misunderstanding the whole deal and having to wank off the masseur. If you get there and they're like, you are supposed to wank me off. I don't want to be put into a position where I have to... How does someone who avoids confrontation, when asked if someone is like, okay, this is the part where I wank you off, are you cool with that? And then you're just trying to be polite. Then you're just like, you don't want to be rude. Thank you, Yan Bunny. Hello. Like, I'm sure there are so many times you have to pay more for it, you just don't pay them. If you just like... Well, what if you... It's not a free thing, but how is it listed on the thing? And then if it's like kind of obvious what it is, wouldn't they go to prison or whatever? It's not listed, so they just get to the end and they're like... At the end, they're like, I would feel so awkward for that. Just write in marker pen over the lady garden, don't wank me off. Perfect, I'll shave it into my pubes. If you have a boner by the end, then that's the fucking tell. Well, I've got bad news for you. I don't have a fucking flagpole attachment like some people do. So, So I don't have a fucking green means go sign. You pretend. Oh, sorry, let me just put my finger under the blanket and pitch my tent. Or just make it... Goodness gracious. I don't know. I'm just scared. This is like one of those like socially awkward moments where it's like, this would be like a Larry David thing or something, you know, where he's like goes, or a Friends thing, and that or no, what is it, Jerry Seinfeld, where the Seinfeld man goes to the masseuse and he's like, oh, they offered me a happy ending and I didn't want to be rude, so I just said yes. And then I owed them $100 more or something. It would be a thing. Don't wear the FBI t-shirt though, female body inspector. What's the deal with getting wanked off at the lie-down touch room? It's not the chain massage parlors, I'll tell you that much. The more out of the way and small, the more likely you can get that service. Just think about the concept of consent though. It's not related to rudeness. But like... I also want them to make money, so I would feel bad. I would not accept the wank, but I would feel bad if they're missing out on some other potential customer because I am not interested in the wank. I'm going to fight you, Bubba. I swear to fucking Christ. Could just give a big tip, but what if they misunderstand and then they're like, okay, get back on the table, and I'm like, no, can't just go in the mall and sit in one of those vibrating chairs and get your feet nibbled by a fish. Bubba getting jerked off because she wants people to make a living. Here I go, helping someone make a living again. Say no and still tip them. I see. I would feel kind of like, at that point though, I'd be like, how did I end up in one of the wank rooms? How did I end up here? I'm disappointed also. We'll leave the wank topic behind, even though I am intrigued by it and I have enjoyed talking about it. Do I have any more on the subject I would like to say? No. I'll leave that one in here. That last question will stay in here. Sex workers need the income, but don't let them get evicted by being stingy. It's true. Sex work is work. I was thinking, where does the semen go? But then I just didn't care anymore. There's probably... I don't think it's gonna go anywhere special. Probably just in like a little cup or something. A towel. A hand vacuum. Is there just like a hole in the bottom of the table? And it's just like you go in and you get milked like a cow. Oh my god, could you imagine it was like next to a fucking like sperm donation bank? And they just put it through like one of those little doctor's windows and they're like, we got another one for you. Anyways.